everybody. Hello. It's really nice to see you. My name is Lou Cope. My pronouns are she, her. Thank you all for being here. I have to say this. Łaskawo prosimo dziękuję tobie. I hope that's close to how it should be. I am appalled by the circumstances in which we are meeting, but I am extremely happy and honoured to be here. So thank you so much for finding time in this day to have this conversation. I also wanted to say that I have loved watching the films on the YouTube channel. I am blown away by them. And, you know, it's art is a wonderful thing, and I really appreciate what you've done. And I will try to speak slowly. When I get excited, I speak quickly. So do tell me if I'm going too fast. So we are here to talk about dramaturgy. There was a session a couple of weeks ago by Rhymes. I don't know if any of you were at that session. That touched on, I think, the dramaturgy of practice. If you can turn your cameras on, it would be great, because I'd love to see more of your faces. But of course, it's fine if not. Bonjour. Yeah. Oh, can you be on mute though, please? Maybe you can. So can you just tell me, is it common for you as in Ukraine to work with dramaturgs? Is that something you do?
No, absolutely no. And actually we already discussed it for many years with some of my colleagues, that I actually don't know any dance dramaturg in Ukraine. I think there are no any people like that.
How
in dance.
Okay. Well, it's not hugely common here, but it's happening more and more, lucky for me. And there were two things I could do with this workshop. This is what I'm not going to do. What I'm not going to do is talk about how we find the dramaturgy of the work we are making. What I would be talking about, if I was talking about that, I would mean how we create a red line through a piece, how we compel ourselves forward through time, how the ideas hold us steady at the same time as evolving us. This is what I think the dramaturgy of a piece is. How we use the languages available to us, so different movement languages, the visuals, spatial thinking, verbal languages, relationships, so on. How we use those things to compel us forward, and how we unfurl or unfold ideas across time. And also how that connects with the corner of the world we are working in, with our context. So that's one way of thinking about dramaturgy, and that's what the dramaturgy of a piece is to me. And of course, when you make work, you do all of that, whether you're working with a dramaturg or not, and whether you call it dramaturgy or not, you're still unfolding your work. But there's another aspect to this that I thought might be more useful to talk about, and that is to focus on dramaturgical questioning and dramaturgical conversation, and what value that could have for you. So I see it as a dramaturg's job to, I'm going to share a screen. I hope you can see that. For me, the job of a dramaturg is, number one, to hold space for an artist, just to be there for them, to be in their schedule, to know that at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, I have to talk to Lou, and I'll just be present for them. I will encourage articulation, so I will make them speak about their work. That's not always easy. Sometimes ideas are unformed, sometimes they're difficult, sometimes the ideas are movement, not words, but I will make them speak about it. I will listen deeply with all of my heart. I will reflect and respond and propose, and we will develop that thinking together. And then we'll go again and again and again, repeat, repeat. And it's my job to look for areas of convenient thinking. So by that I mean oh, this is going to happen and this is going to be amazing. And I have to say, but is it? Is that really how it's going to be? Have you really got time for that? Is that going to work? Just to dig into the truth. I'm looking for frisson and resonance. Frisson, I don't know if that's a difficult word. What I mean is why this matters, why this work must be made, where it feels brave, where it's going to have an impact on the audience it reaches. Why it's important and why it isn't the same as every other piece that was ever made. And finally, I try to nudge them, so to push them forwards, to we do that together, to expand the ideas and to try to connect with the people we're making the work for and with. Stop sharing. Those of you I can see with your cameras on, does that make some sense? Okay, so that's really what a dramaturg is for. And of course, I believe that if you put that time and that effort in, the performance work will be better. It will mean more to audiences. It's more likely to change our small corner of the world, which is pretty much what we want. And the artist will be making their best work. That's my goal. How can I help this artist make the best work? And in those conversations, a dramaturg chooses what's interesting. What did you say that I want to pick up on? What did you say that I think needs developing? Blah, blah, blah. It's subjective. And we choose the branches that we want to swing from. And the conversation grows and grows and grows. And normally an artist hires a dramaturg, pays them to do that. So that's how it normally works. But that's not what I want to talk about today, because there are two other ways that we can think about dramaturgical questioning that I hope will be more useful here. I believe that we can train our brains to place dramaturgical questioning at the heart of what we do. So that you often live with these questions, running alongside you. You do that anyway, all artists do that, but now you do it carefully and mindfully and you make time for it. And that doesn't mean you start questioning everything you do and that you paralyze yourself with, oh, this is terrible, this means nothing. You have to trust your intuition, trust the art, trust the people you're working with. But it does mean that you find a place in your life where you step back from the work you are making and you enter into a critical dialogue with yourself. And that dialogue is critical, it's open, it's careful, it's thorough. And I call that self-dramaturgy. So that's one thing I want to propose, is that you find a way, no matter what circumstance you are in, to create and reflect, and that you get some discipline and energy behind that. So one is self-dramaturgy and the other is peer dramaturgy, i.e. you dramaturg each other. And again, for each other, you can hold space, listen deeply, reflect, respond, and propose. And I guess that what I'm hoping, but by the end of today, you might consider offering dramaturgical support for each other online, which is what I do all the time. Just be in each other's lives, show that love, show that care, show that support for each other. So when I start working with an artist, I basically just have to catch up. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're for. So I just have to find out. I need to dive into their world and try to understand their work, try to understand their lives, their art, understand what their values are, what art means to them, what work they want to do, where they want to do it, etc. I call that catching up. So just, hello, tell me about yourself. We need to have conversations that are creative, efficient, quick, and loving. And normally that can take 2 hours or it can take 6 weeks. And today you have 5 minutes. and I'm going to try to put you into breakout groups where you can have these conversations with each other. I'm going to explain what I want to try and do. So you're going into pairs. If the breakout groups will be our friends, I'll put you into pairs. You choose A and B. A, you are the dramaturg. B, you are the artist. For rounds 1 and 2, we're going to do this 4 times. Rounds 1 and 2, A is dramaturg, B is artist. You'll have 5 minutes, you'll come back, we'll talk, you'll go back. Then you'll come back, we'll swap. B is dramaturg and A is artist. So you're staying in the same pairs, we hope. Yes, that makes sense? Anton, is that worth, thank you, Alexander. Anton, is that worth repeating, do you think?
Скажіть, будь ласка, чи всім зрозуміло завдання, яке зараз буде, тому що зараз вас будуть розділяти на кімнати, і чи всім зрозуміло, що там треба робити?
Thank you.
Добрий день. Не зрозуміло, як ділиться, все зрозуміло. Сам процес, що ми будемо робити? Просто інтродюс, представити себе? Ага.
Да, просто так, зараз просто вас розіб'ють на пари, 2 людини, і одна з них буде ніби драматургом, а інша артистом. І та, яка артист, вона має розповісти драматургу про якийсь свій задум. Там, що вона хоче зробити, як, про що це, ну, максимально відкрито розповісти, а драматург зі свого боку максимально реагувати, задавати питання і таке інше. Тобто грати в таку ігру. Зараз одна людина драматург, а інша артист, ви самі маєте вирішити, хто буде ким. Yes, yes, Lou, we are ready to separate.
Okay, thank you. Just want to say a couple of things. Dramaturgs, you will all be dramaturgs, so all listen. Dramaturgs need to listen, to notice, to reflect, respond, and propose eventually. But in round 1, it's ask and listen. And they are not complicated questions. They are questions like, what do you do? Where do you normally do it? Who do you do it with? Why do you do that? You know, it's simple. It's just getting to know you. You only have 5 minutes, nothing more. Please, can we all empty ourselves and enter with openness and love and curiosity. Don't think about your own work, dramaturgs, think about theirs. And artists, just be open and just be honest. It's not question, 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 question. It's question, conversation, question, conversation. We're beginning to build. You have 5 minutes. Okay, is that clear? Anton, let's go for it. Let's see if this works. Bye, see you in 5 minutes. So choose A and B immediately.
Anton, you've put me in a room, but I'm not an artist, so I can't join. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sorry, I just created room for all of us, but I don't know how to. Maybe you just don't join. I mean, Lou, me, and people, we just don't join.
Let's just see what happens.
Can you see, Anton, if some people are alone in a room then?
I'm watching. Yes, some of the people. I will connect them now. I will add some people to other groups.
And I will time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pip, is there another session at 11 o'clock?
11:15. 11:15.
Okay.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Pardon?
Time flies.
Man, yeah, an hour, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anton's disappeared. There seems to be 3 people that are still here.
Hi.
Did you get put in a breakout room? Oh, here's Anton back.
Oh, it's Anton. Anton, don't disappear. Anton,
Yes.
when you end the breakout room, is it immediate or does it give a minute's warning?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
When you end the breakout rooms, do you click end and it just stops, or does it give them a warning?
I don't know. I don't know, but I think the participants can tell me, can hear me when I say in all the break rooms.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. So basically we have 1 minute left.
We have 1 minute left. Okay.
So it's at the next point, which was the difficult point of just trying to send them back to those. If that doesn't work, it's okay. I'll adapt and pretend that was the plan. I won't pretend, but I mean, I'll make it work. Okay, can we bring them back?
Yes, just a second. Mhm. 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 Aha, so that is written that they have 60 seconds left after I click the close the rooms.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
So we have 1 minute. Yeah. 40 seconds already.
It's fine. Hello, welcome back, some of you.
Hello. Я натиснула кнопку Leave now.
It's okay, don't worry.
Breakout rooms, it's never easy, is it? Okay, I guess here we go. Hello.
Yes.
Back.
Yeah.
Hello. Now I see some smiling faces. Well, you were smiling before, but you look happier now. Was that nice to talk to each other?
Yeah, that was really nice.
Good. Okay, there's more to come. So does anybody want to share why that was nice? Was it nice to be held and heard? And was it nice to listen?
Може, хтось хоче поділитися враженнями, як це було? Що було цікаво, що сподобалось, що не сподобалось? Будь ласка.
Can I? Sorry.
To have a conversation and now about my partner, introduce myself, and it was nice to listen about idea about this character and what is happening with him or her, and interesting. Yes, it was very nice.
Thank you, Irina. Natalia?
Can I tell you also? We were a couple with Irina, and it was so interesting, her questions. It was very smart, and it come to the heart. And I just improvise. So I had an improvisation in my head. What I will do, what performance I want to show, and it was interesting to me because it's opened my mind, and it goes deeply. So I like it so much.
Oh, wow! In 4 minutes you did that. Well done, well done, you and your partner. Obviously, this is a small and weird exercise, but I think as you say, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to connect. It doesn't take long to get some depth, and it doesn't take long to be useful. Okay, so if that's catching up, the next thing we as dramaturgs are supposed to do is to open up. So we're supposed to push a little bit and ask challenging questions, or ask questions that just open up new areas of thinking. That's what we're for. We don't have the answers. We just enjoy and just, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to stay in those pairs. We hope we can get you back into those pairs. If we don't get you back into those pairs, you have to just go straight in like this. You're asking different questions that open up. They're with love. We're not trying to catch each other out, but they might ask for honesty or bravery. They might talk about your needs. They might be about creativity. Especially for you guys now, in the situations that you're in, maybe we're thinking about where and how you can find your art now and what you can ask of it. The green shoot in the shade will grow. What can you do with your practice now? I'm going to share a quick slide. These are examples of questions I might ask an artist. They're just examples, they're not right. Maybe you can't see that, maybe I make it bigger there. So questions like, what are you for? What are you for? Why are you for that? What has led you to here? What terrifies you? Is there a corner of the world that you can try to change? What are your starting points? Who are your starting points? Who do you have sitting on your shoulders judging you? In what ways is what you do not yet brave? What are the stories you need to tell? Can everybody be on mute if possible, please? What are the things you need to figure out through your work? What don't you know that you need to know? What's the change that you want to see? Why you? Why now? Why here? Who are you for? Who needs you now? What haven't you done that you should have done? Excuse me. Is this the most radical you can be? What would failure be here? Tell me about failure in the past. Whose career do you want? write a letter congratulating yourself for all you have achieved so far. You can't do that now, but that type of task. And where does your work belong? If any of those feel interesting to you, just grab them, maybe write them down. They're just examples, but you see they're trying to make a leap. They're trying to jump into some more difficult, more personal, a bit braver territory. We need sensitivity, but we all need to be brave. If you are asked a question that you don't want to answer, you just say so, look after yourselves. But we are asking each other for permission to push a little bit in 5 minutes. Okay, is that clear enough? So you're going back, hopefully, into the same breakout groups. A is still the dramaturg, but you are beginning with a big question and you are trying to push to a relevant but interesting place. Just to say, if you're not in the same pairs, just go for it. Don't bother saying, hello, I do this. Just ask each other questions, just to try to see how far you can get with a bit of bravery. Same roles, yes, if you're in the same pairs.
I think that's going to be the same room. Yeah.
Great. Okay,
It
let's
looks
go
like.
for it. You're going to have about 4 minutes this time. So same roles. After this, we'll go again and you'll swap. B will become the dramaturg, but now A dramaturg, B artist. Thank you, Anton. Let's go.
Yeah. Зараз ті самі ролі з тими самими людьми ви будете, а вже наступного разу будете мінятись.
Irina, you didn't get a breakout room? Oh yeah, gone. Anne, you didn't get a breakout room? Gone.
Yeah, it's there.
Well done. Thank you. It worked. Anton, am I making enough sense? You think
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
heard? Okay, can you give the 1 minute, please? Thank you. Okay, those of you that are back, are you okay? Natalia, Irina?
15 seconds.
Natalia, I'm loving your red jumper.
Oh, wow, thank you.
So nice.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome back. Some of they're lovely faces to see. Obviously this is crazy, this is short. Can you share anything? Did anything happen there? Was it useful, interesting? Were there any surprises?
Що встигли? Поділіться, будь ласка. Про що встигли поговорити, що дізнатися?
Not enough time because we have a good conversation and wanted to speak more, and it's time to finish. But anyway, it is very useful and to listen some opinion and to now, because answer about idea and project can tell about personality, and it is important. It helps to know about a person more.
Yeah, thank you, Irina. Anybody else?
And I would say that I would say also that I had a very important question for whom I will do this performance, and because of what feeling. It was very important. So we just discussed 2 questions, but it was really deep, and it's always about your personality, how you develop yourself, how you can imagine. So it's just about your potential. So thank you. It was interesting.
Well done for achieving that in such a short time. Olga, you say it's very interesting but stressful. I know it's stressful, I'm sorry. I hope it's the right kind of stressful. I want it to feel like I've said to you, here's some delicious chocolate cake, but you can't have it. But actually you can have it, because you can contact each other and you can be there for each other. And that's what I really want to do, is remind you of the value of a space like this and how it can support you and help you grow. I also want to say that dramaturgs don't do this because we're kind. We do that because we love it, and we find other people's practice just endlessly fascinating. And there's not generosity, it's totally selfish. But we can learn from listening to each other. So if a choreographer and a choreographer dramaturg each other, both of them will benefit from that, yeah, as artists and in terms of dramaturgical thinking. Or that's what I think. Okay, so now we're going to go back into those pairs and do the same thing again, but we're going to swap. So B, you are now the dramaturgs. You've had this experience. You need to catch up, just the initial questions, and then open up. You have got permission to be lovingly pushing, I think, I hope, with care. You are the lucky ones, because I'm going to give you like 8 minutes to do this whole process. So I perhaps we'll put on the messaging when it's time to make sure you're pushing, but just use your time. You've got 8 or 9 minutes. Have a conversation, catch up, open up, see where you get to. Is that clear enough? So B, A is relax, and B, take it on. Okay, I've set a timer for 7 minutes. Then we can give them the 1 minute warning. If we'll see how we go.
Okay, okay.
Are you okay there, Anton? Do you want to go and listen into different conversations, or you stay here?
I will go and listen. I don't know why, but I should find out.
Yeah, actually, let's just check everyone's in a room first. Irina, I don't know how you say your name. Ksenia.
Ksenia.
Ksenia. Oh, there they go.
We just have the same group, so we decide to go out and maybe try.
You're meant to have you be in the same pair, but now you become, one of you becomes dramaturg, and you swap basically.
Okay, so maybe try one more time to go in the room.
Zaraz, let me see. What you don't know.
Do you know who you were with, Irina?
I was with Ksenia.
Ah.
I don't know.
Are you not being given a breakout room, Irina? It's just, do you have the invitation?
I actually don't see an invitation now, but it's okay.
Okay, well, Anton is working on it. I think he might have gone to the room to see what's going on. I can't do it from here, sorry.
Okay, it's no problem. Or maybe I just see a question and try to answer.
We still have Irina here, Anton.
Let me. Irina, I moved you to room 1, and I see that you got invitation, but not joined. That's what I see on my screen, that you are not joined, but you are invited to room 1.
Perhaps it just disappeared, the invitation. Irina, you're on mute.
Okay, I will wait. So, but because I don't see an invitation that I need to check.
Anton, if you can move Irina, and then Irina, you leave the group, you might be able to try again.
I will try to move her to another room and then back to this one.
Yeah.
Did you see now the invitation to room 5?
No, I don't see, because I just see, я бачу, як написано, що організатор перевів вас в групу 5, але я не
Так.
бачу, де я маю сказати, типу, погодити. Тобто в мене не випливає. Тобто,
А якщо клікнути просто на це вікно, там, де організатор перевів вас в групу 5?
Воно вже зникло, тобто воно як з'явилось як строка.
Зараз знову перевожу в групу 1. Спробуйте на нього клікнути. Там Ксенія Старкова, вона вже також залишила.
Да, але ось немає. Напевно, тоді.
Xenia, we're having trouble getting Irina to you. And you've got like 2 minutes now.
You can talk now in Ukrainian until you're here.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Oh. Oh, I think she went back to the breakout room. You okay, Svetlana?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm late. I just try to understand what's going on now.
Okay. What's going on is everybody's in breakout rooms, or most people are in breakout rooms, having a conversation about the work they make, trying to push each other to be helpful and have interesting conversations. But yeah, it's going to stop soon. Irina and Ksenia, just say hello to each other, or try something now in Ukrainian, and we'll just not understand.
Це нам зараз можна обговорити українською, да? Відповісти на ці питання? Але я Ксенію не бачу.
Я тут. Я тебе чекала в сесійному залі. Туди заходжу, думаю, ти там приєднаєшся.
А я не змогла тут, мене чомусь не висвітлює.
Я заходжу 2 рази, думаю, що таке? Окей. Ми ці питання, так, обговорюємо, типу, зараз?
Так, я так розумію, що в ролях постановника і просто того, хто цікавиться. Тобто, якби ти ставила свою виставу, що тебе рухає і про що це?
Починай. Давай ти починаєш розповідати.
Ага. Добре. Я б точно обирала тему, яка для мене близька, і напевно, мені дуже цікава тема діалогу, тому що саме момент зустрічі, розуміння людей один одного для мене це важливо, і я думаю, що це впливає на все в нашому житті. Тобто, і ця тема мене рухає, тому що якщо людина закрита, ми не можемо піти в діалог, ми не можемо нічого зрозуміти і, в принципі, відчути. І якщо ми входимо в контакт, нам відкриваються світи, розуміння. І я думаю, що я би цю тему якраз досліджувала. І досліджувала тут цікаво це сформулювати, тому що я і піднімала філософські твори про діалог, і також я думаю, як це показати мовою тіла, фактично в якому стані.
Can you do 1 minute, please?
Окей. Отак. Це те, що мене рухає, мені цікава тема, з якою я зараз працюю і вивчаю. Тому що діалог для мене – це Також про людяність, і фактично я думаю, що люди, які можуть розуміти, відчувати, вони і будуть обирати правильні речі, а не руйнуючі. І тому для мене це важливо. От як це показати, я ще поки не знайшла варіантів, але не те, що варіантів, а способів. От, є просто напрацювання, я різні дивлюсь можливості в цьому напрямку. Так.
Так, у нас мало часу для такого питання.
Але можливо, ти твою.
10 секунд залишилось у
Так,
нас.
10 секунд. Мені теж було б цікаво, мабуть, досліджувати відчуття і мислення людей, що в них в душі, про що вони мислять. Тобто я розкривала б цю тему. Це якщо прям дуже коротко 2 словами, тому що вже люди тут всі.
Everybody's back, please. Look. Thank you, Ksenia.
Thank you, guys. Irina and Ksenia, well done. We had some breakout complications, but they stayed here and had a good 2.5 minutes of conversation. But well done for doing that, and thank you for trying. I hope that was a little, suddenly that feels like a long time maybe. I hope that felt useful. Does anybody want to share anything about what it's like to be heard and what it's like to do the asking?
Як ви відчуваєте різницю між тим, коли вас слухають, чи коли ви задаєте питання? Які спостереження з цього приводу?
Anybody we haven't heard from as well?
I want to share, but I'm sorry, I'm without camera.
Thank you, Olga.
Hello. It was very interesting to hear such questions that I already thought about, but when I was asked it from a side, like I had some new thoughts about my production, my performance, and I like to dig deeper with this one. So thank you for this process.
Oh, well done. Well done, you and your partner. These aren't questions that you haven't thought of. It's not rocket science. It's not magic. It's about timing. It's about surprise. So you know, if you're on your own, you don't know if you have a dramaturg, you don't know what they're going to say next. If you're engaging in self-dramaturgy, it can be really useful. Some people do this. When you're thinking to write down your questions for yourself on a little piece of paper and put them in a little pot, and maybe when you go to the bus in the morning, just take out one of them and think about it. And maybe that will be boring and nothing will happen, or maybe everything will make sense and the whole project will fall into place. But this is a way of, keep surprising yourself. And yes, Olga, they are questions but this is also about the discipline and creating the space to make sure you ask them, because sometimes if you're like me and the people I work with, it's easier not to ask them, and instead we'll answer an email or think about this or that, and actually this is important work, I would say. Anybody else? Thank you, Olga.
For me, it was great to be heard, because this idea I had told I had already, and it was time for me to express my opinions and to get questions about what I haven't thought before, and go deeper and express myself and have a great conversation and become closer with the person I haven't known before. And so it was I'm very excited about this, and thank you.
Thank you, well done. It's really lovely to hear. Yeah, the value of being heard, I'm not sure, I don't know how to measure that, but I think it's really important. And to find yourself saying words. Oh, I'm saying this. Oh, that was an interesting way of putting it. We learn by being forced to articulate it, I think. I'm going to invite you for 1 minute to sit alone and to write down some questions for yourself push. Some questions for yourself that you ought to be carrying with you, that you ought to be facing up to. I'll shut up for 1 minute. Just write them down for yourself.
А можна уточнити, ми задаємо такі питання собі, як комусь?
Це будь-які питання до себе, які, можливо, якісь нові, які би хотіли задати, і вам ніхто не задав, наприклад, щось таке. Чи які вам цікаво було б це, щоб ви собі, щоб хтось вам задав.
Дякую.
Daria, you have a question? Daria, you have your hand up? Hello.
No, sorry. Hello. I just, it was about the previous task. So perhaps I will speak after when I will write something. Thank you.
Well, actually, we'll stop there. Again, I just want you to smell the possibility of self-dramaturgy and of you keeping that space within yourself to reflect on what it is you do and what it is you are doing and where you can find the space to do it, no matter what circumstance you're in. How can your art, and how can you have some distance from it and support yourself?